Okay, so the first poem I'm going to share sat around in note form for Bragi knows how long, until one of the people who is tangentially mentioned in it died unexpectedly from complications from alcoholism, which kind of pushed me to finish it. It's called Mix and Match. I drank my way through college, dealing cards and telling stories. Those spilled cups you see, emotional disappointment. But don't become so focused on what's lost that you can't fail to see the cups full of promise that stand tall and proud amongst the fallen. A body rests on the beach, 10 swords bristling from his back. I can tell from the look on your face, you have felt this, lived it. A skeletal rider carries a tattered banner. Fear not, it is simply a door closing on a place you've already left behind. People love a story. If you tell them a story about themselves, wow. College was decades ago, and even though I can now afford to drink whenever I wish without resorting to card tricks, I almost never do. Like the bottled spirits, the cards too collect dust. I would probably never even think of those days if I didn't see Facebook posts from friends who shared the dance floors, or occasionally run into someone whose story I told at a dark table in the farthest corner of a gay bar that has long since shuttered. What possesses a person to accept a tale told to them in a shadowy bar by a stranger in exchange for booze? Beyond that, how could someone make of that saga a roadmap for their future, a legend by which to gauge the course of their life? If at the time I could have imagined for even one single second that they were seeking answers at the bottom of my bottle, I would have kept my stories to myself. I drank my way through college doing tarot readings for drinks. 78 cards mixed and tossed onto a table meant so much more to the strangers who chose to believe that somehow illustrated cardboard enabled me to see them as anything more than the source of my next drink. And now for something completely different. I am a mathematician and a cartographer. The inside of my skull is a room-sized chalkboard on which I scratch out endless calculations as the screeching of my efforts count down minutes and hours. Every lost second echoing in the emptiness of the staccato of the calcified dust grasped between fingers that tremble in exhaustion. My body is a palimpsest, parchment scraped not quite clean in readiness for another flawed contour map of every lump, every wrinkle and crease beneath me as I twist and turn in a futile effort to draw myself into a shape that will feel sheltered enough for rest. I am a penitent and a priest. I list my sins, minor and grave. I tally them like a bucket list, begging for absolution. I call forth from distant memory wrongs committed against friends and lovers whose names I can no longer recall. I am being punished for everything in this litany, for the sins of my fathers and mothers going back countless generations, and I am tearfully pleading for forgiveness that cannot be given. As if from somewhere else, I watch my debasement with the curiosity of a biologist at a microscope. Under intense scrutiny, my confessions no longer possess the qualities of language. I am held apart from human experience and have no insight, no empathy, but I can parrot the script of forgiveness as well as any cleric. My words carry about as much weight. As rose light intrudes upon my awareness, I am unmade. I dissolve in metamorphosis within the chrysalis of my blankets. I have no idea when my awareness faded out, but I curl in a shroud of peace, content at last to be nothing at all.